Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estella.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crime. Hola, everyone. We hope that you are having a wonderful day today. How are you doing today, sister?
I'm doing.
You're doing? Just doing? Mm-hmm. Yes, okay.
Just giving it my best, you know?
Giving it your best.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, today was weird. A weird day at work.
For you?
Yeah, for me at work, It was weird. It was kind of like, I don't know. I was super busy, but I wasn't moving. Like, I was floja. And then I took a nap on my lunch. Like, I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird day. Pero we got through it. That's all that matters. Estamos en... Que ya, oye, güey, ponte a pensar que estamos en el mes 6 del pinche año. Like, dude,
I know.
It is flying by.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Seis.
And then do you...
¿Ya va a ser el cumpleaños de la mensa esta?
No, in my mind, I'm always like, okay, like January, like June is like December. You know, it's like the other half of the year.
Yeah,
that's what I always
definitely.
think in my mind. So I'm like, okay, you know, we just started... I don't know. I don't think I'm explaining it properly, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, June is December. From January to June, se fue volando. So sigue July to December. It's going to fly by and it's going to be
all I think is like,
cold
shit.
again.
Ya va a ser el cumpleaños. As soon as we get to your birthday, which is next month, I'm like, fuck. Because that means that we won't have another birthday
because
for a while.
We won't... what do you consider halfway through the year? You're not talking about June, right? Like
June, July.
June or
summer.
July?
The summer, to me, is halfway. I don't know.
But yeah.
That's exciting. But today, I will bring... Oh, well, I can't talk today. Today, I will be bringing the case. You know how we always say that these cases are stupid? Not stupid, but they're like unnecessary.
Or
so
why?
This one was actually... I don't want to say that it was necessary, but...
Necessary?
Not necessary, but
okay.
But this one's a little bit different because the bad guy gets hurt this time.
Which we want.
Yeah. But you know how we're always like, man, why is it always somebody that's really nice? And
like the person that...
Mm-hmm. The person that's actually doing something that they're not supposed to do is the one that gets hurt.
Oh, okay. So, we like that.
Yeah. So this one's a little bit different.
Okay.
So today we are actually going to the UK.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're going down, ¿cómo se dice? Across the pond.
Across the pond. Down
under
is
in Australia. Okay,
sí.
So ya le va a cagar. La verdad, ya le va a cagar.
Is down under también New Zealand?
Probably anybody and anything under there.
Okay, por ahí.
Por ahí.
Okay.
Pero no, we're going to UK.
Over across the pond.
Across the pond. The
Why a pond?
To be honest, I don't know. It could be across the ocean. You know, whatever you like.
I wonder who came up with that
analogy.
Is it colloquium?
Let's move on. I have no idea what you just said. So if you would like to come with us to the UK, we're actually going to Leicester City.
¿Dónde está Leicester City?
Leicester City is, I think they said about an hour from England.
England is the country.
About an hour from London.
Okay.
So in como una little outskirt area.
Okay.
So se llama Leicester City in the UK.
Okay.
So if you would like to come with us to Leicester City in the UK, go ahead and grab your cafecitos.
And let's get started.
So Leicester City had a lot of fun, interesting, random facts. Like a lot.
Cool. Cool.
But I only chose the ones that I could probably, that I thought were the most interesting, fun, and random. So first of all, Leicester City is home to the world's biggest crisp factory in the world.
What's a crisp?
That's where I was going to explain.
Okay, cool.
So it is called Walker's Crisp Factory. And it produces 11 million bags of potato chips a day.
Crisp. A day?
A day.
I love potato chips.
So it's a potato chip company. Se llama Walker's.
Oh, cool.
You're
okay.
walking. Mm-hmm. So that's number one. And the number two was that the University of Leicester is the birthplace of DNA fingerprinting.
In the world or just...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the technique was, in fact, discovered at the University of Leicester. Professor Sir.
Oh, okay. Professor
Sir Alec Jeffreys discovered the technique in 1984 at his laboratory and Department of Genetics at the University of Leicester.
Wow.
So,
sorry, every time you see Lester, it just... There was a show que his name was Lester, y le decían Lester the Molester.
No, not Lester the Molester. Stop.
Yeah. So
this is not Lester the Molester.
Okay, yeah.
And then the last thing that I found that was interesting, random fact.
¿Cómo se llama? F-R-I.
Yeah.
F-R-I.
Or fun, random, interesting fact.
No, because it's, in my mind, I do it from shortest to longest.
Okay, girl. Anyway, so first, it means that in 1994, they started a comedy festival that turned into the longest running comedy festival in Europe. So it has grown to be the largest, like not only longest running, but also the largest as well. Mm-hmm. So in 2022, festival had an incredible lineup of more than 560 shows and 800 performances across 64 venues.
Oh my God. In Leicester?
In Leicester. In Leicester City, yeah.
Wow.
Not Leicester the Molester.
Is it called Leicester City or just Leicester?
No, Leicester City.
Okay, cool.
Uh-huh. And it has also been dubbed as one of the best comedy festivals in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
I like those facts.
Yeah. So another random interesting fact that I just read over, I didn't really look into, was that besides the country of India, Leicester City hosts the biggest Diwali festivities
really
than anybody in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought that was because
really
they have so many Indians there, Indians there in Leicester that
mm-hmm.
they host
it's a big community.
It's a big community.
Wow.
So if you don't know what Diwali is actually Diwali means I think it's like their festivity, and it's called the time of light or something about light. So it's nothing but lights everywhere, and mm-hmm. it's really beautiful. Like I can just imagine.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about today a person by the name of Mahek Burkhani.
Okay.
So Mahek was a TikTok influencer.
Okay.
Okay. So I think that the last time that I checked, she had like a little bit over 1 million followers around this time.
Okay.
And she was also known by her family as Maya.
Okay.
But I'm going to call her by her name, Mahek. She posted alongside her mother, and her mother's name is Anserin. And Anserin is in a lot of her videos. Mm-hmm. And Anserin was known as Ansi, but most of the time I call her Anserin. And she was born in Pakistan. So now we're talking about her mom, Ansi. Or Anserin. She was born in Pakistan, and when she was a small child, they ended up moving to the UK, to Leicester. And her parents were very strict, as most of them parents are, and they lived in an area where it was called Stoke-on-Trent. I have no idea, but I thought
feel
that
like
was
we
interesting.
talked about that.
I think we've talked about Stoke-on-Trent before.
Yeah.
When she would come home from school, like immediately, se tenía que quitar el uniforme, and she had to put on her traditional Pakistani clothes. Mm-hmm. She was not allowed, but she was not allowed to date. She was not allowed to go out anywhere. And another thing that she was not allowed to do was to get a college education. Okay. So she was not to go to college. Ansi, she did have a dream. She wanted to become a flight attendant. Mm-hmm. But that was not something that she can do. Her family was not going to let it
It wasn't going to allow it.
It was not in her ways, right? So when she was 19, they were like, no, you can't go to college, but we're going to take you back to Pakistan and you're going to marry this man.
Like an arranged marriage?
That's correct. Mm-hmm. So her now husband is who she marries. After she is married, she gets pregnant, and the couple moves to the United States for a little bit, and that's where Mahek is actually born. She was born here, and Mahek has her U.S. citizenship, but they didn't stay here for long. They ended up going back to Leicester, and they did have another son. So then now it's two of them. So it's Mahek and her brother. Now, Mahek is 24 around the time of this case, and Anserin is around 44. This time, Mahek, in 2022, she's doing the whole TikTok thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody's doing TikTok. The pandemic is around the time, and everybody was just trying to make it.
Get by.
She was also going to school for fashion design, and she told her mom that her passion was to become an influencer. So she was going to stop going to school and become a full-time
TikToker?
Is that what you call them? TikTok?
I think so. Content creator on TikTok.
Content creator. So su mamá, she was very supportive. Y le dijo, okay, if that's what you want to do, then
I support you.
I support you.
I wonder if it had to do with the fact that she wasn't allowed to follow her dreams.
Probably a lot of it.
Chiquita,
Yeah.
or younger.
Yeah, probably. So Mahek started to pursue her career as an influencer, and she would make trendy videos, like the whole videos that everybody was doing where you te tapas un ojo y que te sale otro. I don't know how the fuck that works. But most of them included her mom. So su mom estaba allí, and she always would make videos about hot mom check, and her mom was dancing with her in the videos. And I mean, they became more and more popular cuando they were kind of dancing together.
Okay.
So she got to a point where she would get deals sometimes también. So they would be like, hey, we pay you so that you can visit this place. Most of them were like eating places or hookah lounges or
like brand deals.
So she would talk about how good the food was or how fun the place was, and she would get paid. So Aunt Serene, knowing that her daughter, I mean, she's 24, pero she was like, ella iba con ella. They were always together. So se la pasaba con su daughter. So one day Aunt Serene's niece is over. And
que viene siendo la prima de
Mahek. Y entonces Aunt Serene's niece is at her house. Now in one story I heard que no estaba Mahek. In another story I heard that Mahek was there. So I don't really know if she was there or not.
Okay.
Which it doesn't matter. So they were over at the house. And now the muchacha was, or the young
niece?
girl, she was using a platform que some people used to date, I guess, during the pandemic, que se llama Azar.
So like a dating site?
It's like a dating site.
Like a dating app.
Or more like a place where you can meet people. So this thing, what you would do is te metías a la app, and you would actually FaceTime people.
Oh.
So you wouldn't like call, text. No, this was
message.
You couldn't get catfished, bitch, because you were going to FaceTime the person right away. Right? So it was all of a sudden you were on FaceTime, and then if you wanted
meeting this person,
and if you didn't want to talk to them, you would just go on to the next one.
Oh my God.
So
That's
apparently
different.
this was common in COVID times. I don't know, because I've never...
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. So, anywho, Aunt Serene is with her niece, and she's cleaning, como in the background, nada más anda como haciendo qué hacer or whatever. And the muchacha is using the app, and she's talking to some guy. So she's talking to him, and then the niece is like, oh my God, you should know that my cousin is really famous on TikTok. So she's like, yes. And then my cousin is coming out on TikTok, and she makes TikToks with her mom, and this is her mom. So le pone la cámara a su tía, a Aunt Serene. And the niece starts to tell the guy about her cousin and about how, all of these things, I guess, como hyping her up.
Yeah.
And then the guy, apparently the only thing that they knew about him was that he's in his 20s and that he lives in the UK. That's about it. So the cousin goes on and on about her cousin. Le da el Instagram handle de la cousin, todo. And then she turns and she says, oh, her mom, como te vuelvo a decir, her mom is on TikTok, y le vuelve a enseñar a la mamá. Now, whenever Mahek would do some of her videos alone, she would get only like 50,000 views. Pero cuando su mamá, it was in the videos, when she would join her, then she would get more like 300,000 views. So she was kind of
double.
up there. Yeah.
It was like, como estabas diciendo, it was both of them together that, brought in the views, I guess.
Yes. So Aunt Serene said that she smiled and she was like, hi, así como, like a mom does. Like, I do that to my daughter all the time.
She estaba haciendo qué hacer.
She was like cleaning or whatever. Y la muchacha's like putting the phone. And then she was like, she said que she's like, hi. And then, Aunt Serene's niece le está poniendo el phone en la face, and then was like, voltea la niece y le dice, what was your name again? Le pregunta al guy. Y el guy le contesta, Saqib. So Aunt Serene said that once again, she was just like, okay, nice to meet you, whatever. She goes on, right? So Mahek is just,
again, you don't know if she was there or not.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So, pero the only thing is that she's still doing her TikToks. She's trying to grow her following. And this was a big part of her life. Like, she was into doing this because she really wanted to make it. Not only did she have her videos with her mom and dad, but she also would put in her dad y también su brother a veces. So siempre andaba atrás de ellos, like trying to, get more views, I guess.
Or just show her life.
Yeah. At one point, she tells her mom, you know, you're getting kind of famous. You should probably do your own Instagram. You know, get your Instagram,
your TikTok,
and do your own TikToks. You know, whatever, man. This is gonna be good for you. And Serena's like, no, I don't think so. Like, this is too much for me. You know, you guys are young, whatever, right? At the same time, Aunt Serena's like, well, I'm kind of enjoying being in the background with you.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, you know, Aunt Serena's young. I mean, she's only 44.
That's what I was about to say. So, but it is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, right? And so she was already going out with her daughter, so she probably just guessed, okay, I mean, she's going out to bars, she's dressing up cute y todo, so she's like, might as well, I mean, I'm already out here, right? So she decides to go ahead and she opens up the Instagram account. Now, she's checking her messages regularly, and she notices that one day she did get a message from a guy, and when she reads it, or it was just like a slid into the DMs, como dicen, and the guy's name was Saqib. So this guy is now in her DMs, and he's telling her that he's 27, and then, you know, she's like, what is going on? Like, she como que se sacó de onda. So she says, well, y le pregunta a su hija, do you remember? Because I remember this name, porque eso like it reminds me of something. What is that name? What is that name? Who is it, right? The daughter was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I talk to too many people, you know? And when she goes, she remembers que es el guy from the app.
Que Sunis was talking to.
From the Azar app. So they start to chat, her and this guy. So at this point, she doesn't do just any chat. Like, this guy was calling her every single day.
Calling her?
Calling her.
Because you can call
FaceTiming her.
But how did he get her?
I guess she gave it to him, or maybe through Instagram, and it was like 5 times a day. Si ella estaba haciendo de comer, he was in the background with him. Kind of like if you're dating for the first time, you know?
Yeah, or getting to know someone,
you know? When you're getting to know somebody. So when her husband was not home, she was talking to him, right? And she was on the line with Saqib, and she said that she just felt like it was a friendly talk, like she wasn't doing anything wrong. Yeah. Pero it didn't turn friendly for a while. So Mahek would state that she thought that they were just friends, and then that she didn't think too much of it, so she kind of just let it go. Pero, I mean, she knew that her mom was older than this guy because, I mean, they thought, I mean, he was in his 20s or whatever. Well, it turns out that he was not only not in his 20s, he was 18 years old.
Oh, my God.
So he lied to her.
And he was lying to the cousin.
To everybody.
Espérame, pero did he look his age?
I'll show you a picture of him.
Okay.
He looks young, pero he has facial hair, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, like, I don't know.
Nunca sabes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just to a point where it got so far with Anise that she was like, they were talking 5 times a day, dude. Like, todo el día, todo lo que hacían era hablar y hablar. And, you know, now he's 18 years old, but I don't think at this point she knows. And her mom is 44. So this person started to show his presence more and more. So Saqib would show up at events where Anissa was at, and with her daughter. And he would like do stuff like paying tabs, and like started doing stuff like that. And he would send her gifts, a lot of gifts, to her home, where her husband would see the gifts, dude. Y ella le decía a su husband, oh no, I don't know where this is from. I ordered it, or whatever it is, you know, her trying to cover herself. Because now at this point, she's actively having a relationship with this kid or with this guy. So Saqib begs Anissa to meet him up for his birthday. Can you meet me up for my birthday and whatever? So they end up meeting up for his birthday at a hotel room, and they end up having sex. Now, that night, they take videos, they take photos of each other.
Okay.
And, I mean, it was a little bit of explicit what they were doing, right? Meaning, like, he was taking videos and shit. Not only that, pero then they had phone calls after that, and the phone calls, ella andaba encuerada, like enseñándole sus goodies, so he would actually
like screen
record or whatever it is that he was doing, right, and showing him all her goodies. So he would tell her he was going to erase them. He's like, oh no, I'm going to erase them. You know,
they're not going to erase them.
Allegedly, there was a second affair, so this was not Anissa's first affair. This was her second affair.
Okay, so ya había una before.
But it was a little bit different because this other guy that she was cheating on with her husband, which I know it doesn't make any difference because you should not be cheating, pero he was married. So that means that the married man, he didn't want to leave his wife. He had kids too. It was just to have fun. Pero Saqib, he didn't have anything to use. He was young. Nothing was holding him back. And this was exhilarating to Anissa. You know, she was excited. So Saqib was totally in love with Ansarine. Like, totally in love. I mean, totally. He was giving his all to her. So they had been together now for about 2 years.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and things started going downhill.
Do you think at some point the husband knew?
We'll get into that in a little bit, yeah. So they started going downhill. The relationship with Ansarine, she's like, I can't do this anymore. This guy is calling her every moment of the day and
Ya no la dejaba.
Obsessively.
Yeah.
And obsessive amounts of time. And she was with her husband and she's like, dude, you can't just be calling me like that all day. I have a husband, blah, 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 you know, whatever. So she told Saqib that they would meet up to discuss the relationship and that she was going to leave him, that she couldn't be with him anymore. Well, they didn't leave each other. Mm-hmm. They actually ended up sleeping together again.
I'm not surprised.
So Ansarine says, you know what? This is it. I can't do this anymore. I cannot. You're calling me at all times of hours. I need to focus on my marriage. We need to go our separate ways. And guess what? Saqib was not having it, bitch.
Yeah.
He was like, you got me fucked up if you think I'm just going to go away. So he went on to text her to call her anywhere between 5 to 10 times a day. And if she didn't answer any of those texts or calls, he would get angry with her. And he would feel, or if he would feel como que a little bit of her pushing him away, like he would get pissed. And he would send her pictures of designer things that were on their way to her home. Like, I bought you this, it's on its way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, like, or le mandaba flowers. This is on its way. Or
because he would... So when he was pissed, he would do that?
He would do that. Like cuando empezaba a sentir como que she was kind of pushing him away.
Okay,
so he would be like, oh no, you're not.
Déjame comprarle algo.
Le voy a comprar algo, whatever it is. So, and then also he would even at times like send her food. Like food would just show up at her home. And I mean, if she
again, you were saying she played it off like she ordered something or algo.
So Ansarine would say if she didn't accept the gifts, he would get mad. And then, but if she did accept the gifts, she would feel like, man, he thinks I want to be with him.
Right.
So she was like, como quien dice, in between a hard place. O como se dice, a rock and a hard place.
Between a rock and a hard place.
Because she's like, ¿qué hago? O sea,
yeah, damned if you do, damned
if you don't. Exactly. Yeah. So in December of 2021, she finally said, I'm done. And she was done for real. And she was like, we're not meeting anymore. I'm not talking to you anymore. Like, she just cut him off. And she was done with the relationship, and they were breaking up supposedly for good, right? So she expected him to explode, honestly. She said she was ready. She was expecting him to call her a million times, scream, and be angry. Instead, she got something worse. He started sending her photos of when they were in the hotel rooms.
Oh, shit.
And he was like, explicit videos.
Yeah.
And then
and these are the ones that él le dijo that he had erased.
Yes,
según, right?
según. And then he also, along with the screenshots que le tomaba cuando she was getting naked, you know, when they were FaceTiming. And messages were like telling her, if you don't respond, I will send all of these to your husband. I will make them go viral.
Oh my God.
At this point, Ansarine is lost. She doesn't know what to do, and this guy is just threatening her like every single day. Lo mismo.
Because I'm sure by this point she already had her own following, ¿verdad? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, not enough to say, oh, it's going to affect her in that, but she was worried about her
family.
Yeah, her family.
Pero también, like you said, I guess she had a following con su daughter, at least in that sense.
Exactly.
So if, you know.
So at one point, Saqib did send some pictures of Ansarine to her husband, and she intercepted the message. She was able to catch it.
She had the phone?
She had the phone. And her husband never saw the messages.
Wow.
So around the same time, Ansarine, when she started to separate from Saqib, as I said before, he would get so crazy desperate. So he looked up Mahek and found where she was at one night. And she was at a hookah bar like with other friends, and her mom wasn't with her that night. And she was working on her reviews and doing all of that. And so Saqib pues la encontró. And that's the thing, when you start posting where you're at, people know where you're at. And then he had a little bit of, she had some over tab on her like bill or whatever. And he's like, I'll take care of it. So he paid it. So he started talking to her, whatever, and told her that, hey, can you promote my business? Y ella le dijo, yeah, I'll promote your business or whatever. Y le cobró 500 pounds. And he paid her. And she promoted the business like she said she would. He then tries to keep calling her and calling her and calling her.
Calling who at this point?
Mahek.
Okay.
So, but not to talk to Mahek. He wanted to talk to her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Mahek ignores him, she's like, I can't deal with you no more. Like, whatever. He says, okay, you're going to ignore me? Okay, cool. But I'm going to make sure you go down.
What the hell?
He tells her, you're pissing me off more and more by ignoring me. I will do something that you will regret. I'm a crazy bastard.
Oh my God.
Right? So he starts posting pictures of Mahek, pero like an AI kind of generated thing, and her face, pero con a naked body.
Yeah.
So then people started kind of questioning Mahek, like, what the hell is going on? Because she was, I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning, pero like, one of her biggest flexes in her TikTok was that she was very religious and she was very Muslim. So she was always at the mosque and doing all of her Muslim things. And so for her, like coming out naked, her people are like, what the hell's going on, dude? Like, why are you naked? And she's like, that's not me. You know, whatever it is. So he started.
And I think even back then you could tell more that it was AI. And today's a little bit more scary, you know?
Today's scary, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he started posting things about her and saying things about her. So it was, pero it's not like que le estaba escondiendo, güey. O sea, he was like,
he didn't give a shit.
No, he was like, you see this? I'm going to keep doing it if you don't let me talk to your mom. Like, that's how it is. If you keep ignoring me, I'm going to post this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And luego creo que también le pidió el money back or something that she had given him. So when Mahek finally says...
That he had given her?
That he had given her, excuse me. So when Mahek finally says, you know what, I need to tell my mom, like, this is too much. I don't know what to do. Around the same time in December...
But was this just Mahek telling her mom about this crazy guy that didn't stop reaching out to her? Okay.
Yeah. So she was like, hey, there's this guy, doesn't leave me alone. He keeps trying to reach out to me. And, you know, and so the mom is like, oh, well, what's his name? Whatever. Le enseña quién es. And Ansarine tells her, oh, shit, this is the reason why he's
doing that
to you. So le dice todo. Le dice que she's been cheating y todo eso. So.
Question. Do you know, by this point, Mahek sabía about her mom's first?
No, she didn't know anything.
Okay.
She didn't know.
She didn't know about the first affair or nothing?
No, nothing. Okay. So at this point is when she finds out, and Ansarine thought, okay, my daughter's going to support me. She's going to be there for me. But no, she got mad. Because she was like, not only are you cheating on my dad, but you're ruining my career because of you. You'll learn down in the case where Mahek, she was kind of a little bit self-centered and very selfish. So we'll get there. So she was like, no, you are the one that caused this. You're cheating on my dad and this guy's trying to ruin me because of you. So after they talked about it or whatever, Mahek was angry, but now not only at her mom, now she was angry at the guy, at Saqib. And she was like, how could he think that he can blackmail us? You know, my family, blah, blah, blah. So she just goes on. And she tells her mom, let's go to the police. And the mom is like, no, I can't go to the police. Because if I go to the police, then they're going to investigate all of this. And they're going to bring up all of these pictures of her and videos. And she tells her, he has videos of me. He has pictures of me, whatever. I can't do that. So then Mahek says, don't worry, mom. I'm going to take care of it. She tells her.
Todavía enojada, pero I mean, from what you said, I guess she's doing it to save her own ass. También, as far as her career.
So she's all like, I'm going to get some guys to beat him up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to say, I'm going to find somebody to hack him or something and delete everything.
No.
She's violence. She chose violence.
She chose violence, yep. So she calls her best friend. His name is Rickarn Carwood. And she tells him, hey, I'm being blackmailed. I need your help. There's this guy. He's posting fake pictures of me and I don't know what to do. I need to talk to him, but can you help me talk to him? I don't want to talk to him alone. And yeah, he was like, sure, like that's not a problem. I can help you with that, or I'll come with you, you know? So according to them, this is what's going to happen. He was supposed to talk to Saqib, and he was going to be the mediator between them, right? So Saqib then said he wanted $3,800 or
pounds.
Well, no, it was $3,800 means that it was more pounds. I think they're a little bit different or whatever.
So you asked for dollars?
He asked for dollars.
Oh, yes.
He said, because this is how much I spent on your mom. Apparently he had like written everything down.
He kept the receipts.
Yeah, he kept receipts, girl. He was not playing. So he's like, if you want me to leave you alone, that's fine. But here is how much I want. So he told Mahek that this was the only way that he was going to leave them alone. He said, I will leave your family alone as soon as you give me my money. So around the time of all of this happening in January, there's another woman that went to authorities too to tell them that Saqib had been harassing her too.
Oh, shit.
So apparently he had met her at a club, right? And ella le dio su número. Like, just porque he insisted.
Y ya
She
para
was like,
quitárselo de encima.
she's like, I'll give him my number and then I'll block him later. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, ¿verdad?
Mm-hmm.
Pero ya cuando él empezó a hablar, ella le dijo, I have a boyfriend. Like, I don't want to have a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
But he would not stop fucking calling her.
Dude.
He would call her multiple times,
Men.
talking about, if you don't answer my calls, I will come to your house and smash up your car. And he said, watch out if I see you on the street.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Bitch, that's threat.
So that's why she went to
The police.
Mm-hmm. So now we're in February. On February the 8th, Saqib sends a message to Ansarine, and it reads, can you call me, please, before things really get out of hand? Your daughter is giving my number to, I guess, men, and they're ringing me up.
Yes,
o sea,
bitch.
estaban hablando.
Yes.
And then...
You don't like it? Oh, now you don't like it?
Exactly. So then the same day, como ella ignored him, he starts texting again. Y le dice, I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna make our videos go viral. O sea, donde está ella naked or whatever.
Oh, damn.
He said, one click of my fingers and I will break your marriage, especially when he finds out you and your daughter are in it together.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Yikes.
Then he says, I am going to send him one of your nudes first.
Ooh.
And I'm going to message your son. So Ansarine is telling Mehek about it, and she tells her mom again, don't worry, mom. I got this. We're going to get him somebody's going to jump him and
Get him off our backs, essentially.
Basically, and it's going to be sorted out. She said, leave it to me. He's just trying to scare you, but he's just a little pussy prick, basically. So now brings us to February 9th in the morning. Saqib is sending messages again. So I just want to let everyone know out there that's listening. Thank you for listening. Pero no. But I'm going based on what I like loosely about what he was saying on the messages. I'm not quoting. That's why I'm not saying
okay.
quote, okay? So in the morning of this, he is sending the messages, and he says, why is it taking me so long to realize how precious you are to me, Ansi? And then after that, he calls her 4 times. Porque ella no le contesta. Then he goes on to say, I'm going to come and see you. Look how many times I have emailed you and called you, and things are going to get out of hand, and you don't want to listen at all. Is this how you treat me after 3 years? One click of my fingers, I'll break your marriage and everything. I have nothing to lose. Again, nobody answers him, right? The next morning on February 10th, he says, good morning, Ansi. I hope you're doing good. I need to speak to you. I cannot get my head around this. I am losing my mind and I am going crazy. You shutting me out is making things worse. You were my first love. We started talking when I was 19 and now I'm going to be 22. You mean the world to me and you can't do this to me. Next message. My whole life is fucked up right now. You can't even imagine. I just want to kill myself. Stop pushing me and forcing me to do something stupid. I can break your marriage and family and everything. Next message. All the money that I spent on you, how could you? Or I could message your husband. And then it says, I love you so much, but once I get my money, I'll be gone forever. Currently, at this time, they still haven't responded to him. He's just going on and on and on. Él solo se contesta y se todo eso, right? Whatever. So Mahek starts to receive messages as well. But this is when she tells him, hey, you know what? I got the money. Let's meet up. We're going to meet at a Tesco. So a Tesco is kind of like a market, like a
convenience store.
Convenience store. No, kind of like an H-E-B. It's a big store.
Mm-hmm.
And I will have the money. Come around 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, damn.
So this is February the 10th.
¿Qué le está diciendo?
¿Qué le está diciendo? Ajá. So Saqib needs to find a ride, pues, because he doesn't have a car.
I thought he had money.
Oh. So
take the tube. I was going to say take the tube, but I don't know if...
No, I don't think so. And so then he asked a lot of his friends, and his friends were like, dude, 1:30? No. Everybody was like, no.
Estamos roncando.
Pero one of his friends, his name is Hussain, and he agreed. And he had a little car, like a little hoopty, like it was just como un carrito, así como gray, chiquito. Mind you, I'm going to say this, how do you say that word?
Reiterate?
Reiterate this. He has no idea of where is he going, why is he going there. Like, él no sabe nada, el amigo.
Okay.
Así.
He just knows that his friend asked him to take him.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
At this time, he's around 21, the same age as him.
Okay.
They're the same age. Él no sabe nada, no sabe que he was in an affair, nada.
No.
Él nada más lo va a llevar porque su friend needed a ride, right?
Yeah.
So, when he's getting ready to go, he talks to Mahek, and Mahek le dice, well, we're not going to meet at my house. Le dice, we can meet an hour away in between, which is Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
Le dice, so in between both of the houses.
Mm-hmm.
So ella iba a ir an hour, and he was going to be an hour.
Mm-hmm.
He said, okay, he's going to go get his money, pues. So he does, he tells his sister, hey, I'm going to go meet up for my money or whatever. And his sister is like, bro, don't go. Like, this sounds like you're getting set up. Like, what are you doing?
Pero su sister, not that it matters, but I'm just curious, que su sister no sabía todo el desmadre.
Sabía que he was dating somebody that was married.
Okay.
This is what we find out after.
Later, okay.
Pero not yet. Y sabía, pero I think that's the extent of it. Like,
I don't think she knew that,
the extent.
like, everything that hey, wait, but then you were telling me, how many women do you think he was doing this to?
I don't know. That's the only one that I know that went to the police.
La otra,
I don't
¿verdad?
know. Yeah.
Pero, I bet you, wow, okay.
So Mahek, like I said, spoke to her best friend, Rakan, and his best friend, or whoever he was really close with, was a guy que se llamaba Raid, but they called him Risky.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to call him. And then the two guys were just going to talk to Saqib, right? Mm-hmm. So what seemed to be the plan was that they were going to take Saqib's phone, según, because they were like, how do we know que
you're not recording
if we give him the
this,
money, he's going to stop or whatever. So they were thinking if we take his phone, then they can continue, they can take it away, there won't be any evidence, right?
Yeah.
This way, para estar seguros de que they're getting rid of everything. So Mahek is in a blue car. No, I'm wrong. Mahek is in her Audi TT. So she has an Audi already, pero her Audi estaba en el shop because according to her, I don't know, but that's what they're saying. She said que her haters in her area vandalized her car.
Okay.
Because she needed to have, it was in the shop. Lo estaban usando.
She had a rental.
Yeah, she had a rental. And then there's another blue car. So how did they end up with all these cars and all these people? So there's 4 people in each car.
Damn, bitch. She had an entourage?
Exactly.
Sorry, I was just...
it took you a while. No, I was waiting for that.
4 people in each car. In each car.
So they're like, well, where do these fucking people come from?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I thought it was just supposed to be ella y los 2 guys.
And the 2 guys.
Yeah.
Pero Risky luego le habló a su otro friend y a su cousin. Y luego Risky had his girlfriend with her. And the car que andaban en el blue car era el car de la girlfriend de Risky que se llama Natasha.
Oh.
Okay? So
I don't need to keep up with all these people, right?
No, you
okay,
don't.
Cool.
Because I'm just going to tell you, 4 people are in one car, 4 people are in another. There's 8 in total.
Okay.
That's all you need to know. Now, remember, como te dije, the car era prestado, el Audi. So what do they put in Audis? Trackers.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because they're tracking them because es prestado el carro, right?
Yeah.
So it was from the dealership or whatever. So the Audi TT is what they're driving, is what Mahek is driving. So now they're getting everything together and they were going to go talk. So like I said, Rakan, which is her friend, got risky with his friend, his girlfriend, Natasha, and then Risky's cousin named AJ, and another friend named Sanef.
Oh my gosh.
And then last minute, they called Muhammad. Now, Muhammad, you're going to remember Muhammad in a minute.
Okay.
So he just shows up last minute, and when he gets there, he says that the people, when they're meeting up with him, they were supposed to be meeting up to play Monopoly. Yeah, straight up.
So that night turned, bitch, but it was 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. So they were getting ready or whatever, and when they get there, everyone or all the guys, or at least a few people that were standing, I don't know if everybody was wearing them, but the main guys were wearing baklavas.
Yeah.
So,
it's like a ski mask.
Yeah. So he later goes on to tell cops that he was giving a tire iron from the Audi, and they told him to put it in his pants, and that they were going to go talk to some guy, and they gave him a baklava, and the police was like, well,
doesn't that seem suspicious?
Yeah. So you're just going to get on a car with some people,
put on a ski mask and get a tire iron handed to you? What do you think you're going to do? Like, fucking change a tire?
Yeah, like, what are you doing? And so then next thing you know, he's like, well, I was really high.
Oh.
So I really didn't know what I was doing. I just got on.
He nomás siguió
Él siguió la corriente.
Yeah.
Sí. Mm-hmm. So they leave. Like I said, 4 people are in the silver Audi, which is Mahek, Ansarine, her mom, and Rakan.
¿O la mom fue también?
Yes, girl. Porque él a lo que quería era ver a la mom.
Hasta dice que nada más quería su dinero.
No, pero él quería ver a la mom. O sea, eso es lo que él le pide. So then, and Muhammad. So these 4 people are in the silver Audi. And then in the blue car is Risky, his girlfriend, and Sanaf. So then there's 4 people in the other one. So they head to the Tesco. Pues acabala de chingar, el pinche Saqib went to the wrong fucking Tesco.
Oh, más triste.
So they were like, dude, no, es pa' acá, le dan pinche direction and shit. And then they were like, they got him to the correct Tesco. Now, Tesco has good CCTV, right? So in the video, this is what happens, exactly what happens. Llega Hussain, which is the guy that's driving the car con Saqib, y hace cuenta que se mete adentro del parking spot, voltea, y ve que están los 2 cars parked, and there's 8 people now, and some of them are wearing baklavas.
Okay.
So he's like, fuck this, and he drives the fuck out.
I don't blame him.
Don't blame him at all. So he's like, no, peace out.
Bye.
Driving out. So now he's calling
Aquellas.
You know, he's like, hey, what the fuck? So by the time everybody gets back on, because apparently the 2 guys that were in the baklavas were outside of the car, like esperándolo.
Dude, why would you do that? If, you know, like, wouldn't you think that he's going to see that and be like, oh shit, they're going to jump me?
Exactly.
Like, what the?
Exactly.
Idiots.
So then they're like, they get back on, and so now
Lo van siguiendo.
cambiaron the driver. So now instead of Mahek driving and the girlfriend, now Rakan is driving and Risky is driving. Okay. So in another CCTV footage, like of a gas station or something, you can see the blue car in the back, el carro de Hussain, and luego el Audi in the middle. I mean, traen en el medio.
Yeah.
And they're blocking him in. Brake checking. O sea, lo traen así. So Hussain is in the middle of both cars. Mind you, once again, Hussain doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Right. He's really scared, el pobre.
Pobrecito. So in the cars, Mahek is calling Saqib. Hey, dude, we just want to talk to you. Mira, allá está otro gas station, párate allí. Or no, there's a Tesco coming up, stop there. And Saqib is like, you didn't tell me there was 8 people coming with you.
Wearing ski masks.
Yeah, what the fuck? So he's like, I'm not fucking stopping.
Bye.
Fuck it. So now they're going like on and off super fast for between 85 to 100 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
Because now Hussain is trying to get away from these people, right?
Yes.
So the little cars just keep going on and off, and the other 2 cars are coordinating back and forth. So in between the 2 cars, they're talking to each other. Like, okay, do this, do that, whatever it is. And so Muhammad, ya ves que Muhammad fue el extra, que nadie lo vitó, pero solo vino. He says that he had the phone on for the guy to listen to qué es lo que iba a hacer. At the same time, they are getting ready to start ramming the car. Right? Mahek is asking Saqib to pull over, and then he's asking, let me talk to your mom. Let me talk to your mom. The whole time.
Dude, let it go.
And then he's
Try
like,
to get away.
I'm sending the pictures. I'm going to send them right now. Y'all need to stop. They're calling each other names. So he hangs up the phone.
I know.
Then I know, it's stressful. Then he starts answering, and he called her 19 times. And answering is like, I'm not answering.
You.
So
yeah.
a few moments later, answering doesn't answer. Le contesta Maheb because Maheb's phone is dead. Y Maheb le dice, watch what we can do to you. Or something like along that line, right? So Maheb tells Saqib, ahí te va, lo que vamos a hacer. So their call ends at 1:27 a.m. Okay. The other cars tried to stop him. Now they're ramming the car, physically hitting the other car. So right after the call of Saqib and La Maheb, que le dice que watch what's going to happen, he calls 999.
Okay.
Y entonces finally, he's getting help. And 999 is the English or the UK's
version
911.
of,
And he stays on that call for 5 minutes. Now, here is where it gets really frustrating because, I mean, we know everything that Saqib is doing, but right now he's fearing for his life and his friend's life. And the operator, it was so bad, Estela, que his family asked for them not to even release the video.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, the call. The call. Pero I did pick up a little bit of things que they did like transcribe. They said. So Saqib tells the operator that he's being followed by 2 cars and that they are wearing baklavas. And the operator says, well, how do you know you're being followed?
Bitch.
And so then he's like, I'm telling you that they're trying to ram us. They're trying to kill me. They're wearing baklavas. We're scared. We need help. Well, can you get to a police station? Así, like...
No urgency.
No urgency.
And I know they're supposed to keep, calm and collected.
And then he's like screaming at her, they're trying to kill me. I'm going to die. Please help me. I think it was a guy because le dice, help me, sir. I need help. And the operator says, well, you say you can't get to a police station? And why can't you get to the police station? And why not? And then the call you can hear Saqib telling Hussain, just que le pise, güey. O sea, písale. Send it, le dice. Because they were at a red light to pass the red light. The operator luego le dice, calm down. And they keep asking him, well, where are you? Where are you? And Saqib is trying to tell them, and he's telling them we're in the middle of University no sé qué, le está diciendo las calles. I don't know what they are. He's like, they're trying to ram us. They're trying to get us off of the road or push us off the road. And the operator said, no, I don't think you're getting pushed off the road. Bitch, are you sitting in this car?
Are you there?
So anyway, they keep driving. The other 2 cars obviously also pass the light as well, or the red light. He starts screaming to the operator that, please, they just hit me. They're coming really fast. I'm begging you. I'm going to die. Le
Y luego después sí dice que tenía un carrito chiquito.
And next thing you know, all you hear is, oh my God. Then a low crunching sound and the call goes dead at 1:32.
Okay.
When this is happening, the Audi is hitting the car on the side. It hit it twice. And then the blue car kind of hit the last time. And when it was harder, and it sends the car out of the freeway, flipped over, and smashed into a tree.
Oh, wow.
It splits in 2, and it bursts into flames.
Oh, my gosh.
CCTV footage shows that someone from the car did get off, pero a checar el carro.
What?
To assess the damage. So they did stop the other 2 cars, pero to assess the damage
of their own car.
Of their own car. This fucking thing is like, the fire was so bad. Like, it was just like blaring.
Yeah.
And they get off just to check the car.
I mean, what did they think was going to happen? Look what they were doing.
Yeah. They switched the drivers again. So now Mahek is driving her car and Natasha's driving her car. And then they're driving back towards the crash. Pero Anserine at this moment, I guess, is crying. And Mahek is trying to calm her down. And they go just to look that they were on fire. And then they drove away. They never called 999 or even tried to help the burning car.
Y pinche señora tan grande, like, bitch, what are you doing here with these fucking kids?
Exactly. So it was
doing
said,
this shit.
Yeah, it was said that Anserine was crying and screaming, and they couldn't calm her down. Then they leave the scene, like I said. They park the car como en un cul-de-sac, and then they're there for a few moments, and then like you can see them parking in different places, and then all of a sudden they're all walking together.
Yeah.
The one that's not walking with them, Muhammad.
¿Por qué?
Because Muhammad said, "Fuck this, I'm leaving. Y'all crazy. I'm not fucking with y'all no more." Y se va.
After the fact?
Sí, se le bajó lo high, I guess, and he was able to walk home, and he walked home. He's like, I'm not going to be a part of this.
You were already a part of it, dude.
So CCTV footage shows now 7 people that are walking. Estela, if you see this freaking video, they're walking como they're having...
Sin nada. Como si it's a broad daylight.
Like it's a fucking late night stroll, como que estoy llena y tengo que ir a dar una caminada. Like, nada. They were just chilling. And at the crash, the fire was so big, the police could not even get close enough to see that there was people in the car until they were able to bring down the fire and they were able to get close. And that's when they said that there was 2 bodies. They actually were, once they did the autopsy, they noticed that the bodies had no smoke inhalation, which means that they were dead already. So they were actually dead
on
impact, yeah. The bodies were so badly burned that they needed dental records to identify them.
Yeah.
I mean, the burn was bad. So with this, the call that Saqib made to the police, and, there's fire in the middle and this guy's telling you he needs help, right? And they were actually there fairly quickly because
after the car flipped.
Yeah, and then the fucking operator idiot. They were there pretty quickly, and they were there. They were like, okay, something is not right. This guy's telling us that he was being followed, so let's look at the videos or the cameras or whatever. So they watched the camera, and literally within hours, they were already able to trace back.
Oh shit!
They were able to trace back they used
cars.
Apparently they used like a thing como un scanner or something like that, and they were able to scan the license plates and whatever.
For both cars?
For both cars. So Natasha, she gets picked up, and the officers show up like around, I think it was like 8 in the morning or something like that.
That same day?
The next day.
Well, pasó la madrugada, right?
The same day.
So hours later, I guess.
And so they showed up at the Bukhari's home, and they arrested
Natasha.
They arrested Mehek and her mom.
Okay.
So that was on February 11, 2022. The body cam shows that Mehek and Anthony were just so calm and like just sitting there, and Mehek did most of the talking. Her mom was quiet, saying that she did see the car chase, but that she wasn't involved. So they take her, they were like, okay, dude, just come with us, whatever. So the cop did say that she was very, ¿cómo se le llama? She made it very clear that she was a TikTok influencer.
Oh, okay. Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah, like she was like, well, I don't know if I should tell you now or if I should tell you later, but I'm a TikTok
girl, they don't give a shit.
No. So then she starts explaining how they were in the car. She had no idea who the car was there that was driving by her. She kept her distance because she's a good driver, and she's been driving for 4 years. And she keeps turning to her mom and saying, Mom, what is going on? And the mom was like, oh, don't worry, just stay out of it. She's like, I was there and I saw the car just drive by really fast. And she just keeps saying about how she kept her distance, and the silver car was just driving fast. The car que iba, the two guys. And she saw the blue car following the other car. So now she's saying that the blue car is the one that was at fault, whatever.
Está echando la culpa.
But she was saying her story, dude, like, bruh. Le hubieras
like
creído.
If it was true.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was like actually believing her own lies. Yeah. And her mom was like, I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
She didn't talk. Her mom didn't talk anything. Pero ella, pues she was smarter than everybody. She was going to tell them. Yeah. So, pero cuando se da cuenta la familia de Saqib, Saqib's family is just saying, no, something is not right. They actually say, hey, he was having an affair with the married woman. And obviously, the sister knew que se llamaba Ansi. So she knew where he was going.
Yeah.
So after this, they asked for their phones. They were not cooperative. And they did give the cops the wrong code to get into her phone.
Wow,
pero
dude.
The
They're
cops
going to figure
were
it
like,
out eventually.
whatever. They got into Saqib's phone, and they saw the naked pictures and shit.
Ay.
And they found the logs and everything that was going on. And also their cell towers were pinging. The phones were inside of the car or whatever. So, like I said, Muhammad, he sang like a little bird.
Oh, of course he did.
He said he had no idea where they were going. He had no idea who Saqib was, and he did give up the other 7 people.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't know what they were going to do. I just showed up. Things happened.
Yep. And so that was a big controversy too, because they were like, did he just get away with it? And he was there helping the other guy talk on the phone. Like he was accessory, Pero I guess because he gave confessions, I don't know. So their trial did begin on April 19th of 2023. The same thing. It wasn't me. I didn't know what they were doing.
Se estaban echando la culpa entre ellos.
Yeah, estaban echando la culpa entre ellos. There was a statement from Ansarine's husband. So Ansarine's husband no la había ido a ver a la jail. Yeah, el señor no fue hasta la court. Y ya en court fue cuando he had a statement, and he said that he had no idea that his wife was cheating on him, and that someone with the name Saqib had sent him a comment on TikTok that he was being cheated on. And he said that when he clicked on the comment, he noticed that the username had no followers, so he figured that it was just
somebody being pranking or
whatever,
yeah.
And so he thought it was a fake account.
Yeah.
He really didn't.
No le puso
atención. Yeah. Now, Mehep was very, very disrespectful. So they have something called the dock, and the dock is where all the defendants are sitting. She was out there like, busting balls with the other people, just chilling, like, hey, smiling at the camera, waving and shit.
Yeah.
So she was being really rude. Hashim's family did have a statement as well, and his dad was super young también, and he was hollering at the defendants. Y les gritaba, asking them, was this worth it? Look what you did. You took my son's family, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was like in their face and you killed them. This wasn't even worth it, you know, just along those lines, you know?
I mean, and everything came out anyways. Like, you were trying to stop it from coming out, and look what happened. You made things fucking worse.
So it took them about 28 hours and 5 days for them to come up with the resolution or of everybody a verdict. And it was said that Mahek the whole time was playing Uno and Monopoly.
What?
Yeah. But when the verdict came in, all guilty. She was crying like a little baby.
Oh, now you want to cry.
Yeah, she was crying like a little baby. So most of them found guilty with 2 counts of murder on September 2023. Mahek was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 31 years and 8 months, while Ansarine received a life sentence with the minimum term of 26 years and 9 months. The cousin, the Risky, he got life imprisonment with the minimum term of 31 years plus an additional 5 years for a prior rape conviction. He had something going on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
His name is Reese Jamal. Yeah. And then Rakan had received life imprisonment with the minimum term of 26 years and 10 months. Natasha, which was a law student.
Oh, Ira.
Yeah. And they asked her why she was over there. Oh, it's because she had a crush on Risky.
So, ¿de quién era novia?
They're Risky, pues. She liked them.
They're already together.
Well, yeah, pero I don't know. She got 11 years and 8 months for 2 counts of manslaughter. Amir Jamal, which is AJ, is what they called him. He was the cousin, también uno de los cousins. He received 14 years and 9 months for 2 counts of manslaughter. And then Sanif, which was the other guy that was also in the car, he received 14 years, 10 months for 2 counts of manslaughter.
And Muhammad?
Oh,
yeah, he got a deal, right? I forgot you said that. Wow.
So that is the super crazy case of Saqib Hussain, murder of Saqib Hussain.
Look, I'm not saying what he was doing was wrong. Obviously,
exactly.
Se pasó de verga también. Like, you just can't be doing that to people. Imagine having somebody que no te deja en paz.
And that's why I said you just don't know, because, you know, he wasn't a good guy.
No.
But at the same time, you're like, but he didn't have to die.
And then his friend,
then nada.
Like,
21 years old, Estela, babies.
And ni en cuenta, he was just being a friend.
He was just being a friend. And that was one of the things that I read. It said, you know, whenever no good deed goes unpunished, and that exactly is what happened to him. He had nothing to do, nada.
Ni sabía.
He had no idea. He was just there. And en el carro del pobrecito.
Y esta pinche vieja, like, lady, act your age.
No, not only that, but in that case, I would have been like, no, like, let him come out with talk to your husband.
Yeah.
Man up, bitch.
Like, ¿cómo se dice? The consequences of your actions.
Exactly. Si andabas bien calentona ahí enseñando todo el culo, entonces fucking say what you did instead of fucking trying to, you know, now kill 2 people and the other kids that were being hard, I guess.
I mean, they could have gone to the police, you know, initially when esta Mahek, she threw it out there, right?
She did.
The police, y su mom no quiso.
Porque she was going to tell her dad.
And then look what happened.
The thing is, you know, stuff like that you're trying to hide, it's always going to come out.
Yeah.
It's always going to come out. And it's really sad because people that were not even supposed to be involved were involved.
Yeah.
For something that it was unnecessary.
I mean, and I'm sure obviously she didn't know that su hija was going to come up with this whole fucking plan, right?
No, she talked to her about it though.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing.
She could have told her,
she
no,
could have been like, no, we can't do this.
We got to go to the police.
Or maybe and at one point they thought maybe you were just going to scare him. Like,
she said that she was going to get somebody to jump him. That's what she said.
So maybe that or whatever.
Yeah, que ella took it, se pasó de verga. I mean, don't be...
I don't know. But I did want to mention one thing, que nobody had money. So they weren't planning on giving him.
They literally was just going to kick his ass.
They were just going to kick his ass and take his phone. Yeah. So, like I said...
That's so sad.
I know. Sad, but at the same time, you're like, okay, how do I feel?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just feel like they should have gone to the police from the very beginning because obviously he was harassing other women. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just esta.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the police would have reacted differently. You don't know, but...
Pero they had all the messages, you know, like they had todo el call log que los andaba, like wouldn't leave them alone. Yeah. He was blackmailing them.
He was blackmailing blackmailing the daughter now at...
Blackmailing the other señora que did go to the police, like...
Yep. So let us know what you think about this case. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, you can at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And if you would like to download our episodes, leave us a review and share our podcast. We would really appreciate it. That really helps us out a lot.
Thank you so much for your support, as always. And we'll talk to you in the next one.
Bye.